guys, welcome back to All About ABA. I am a BCABA and today we are going to talk about study tips for the BCABA exam. Now these are just my study tips that I used that helped me pass the BCABA and hopefully will help me pass the BCBA in the next few months. So these are just a few things that I did that I hope will help you guys on your journey to becoming a BCABA or a BCBA as well. So tip number one, schedule out your time. Working full-time and going to school and then also studying for the exam was one of the most difficult things that I ever had to do, and I'm actually gonna have to do it again, and I know a lot of you are in my same boat. So scheduling out my time was absolutely crucial in one, keeping me sane, and two, helping me study as effectively as possible. So I scheduled out time to study, and then I scheduled out the time that I was going to work, and then I also scheduled out time for me, which is also extremely important when you're going through such a intense study period, to make time for yourself so that you can really take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to study as effectively as you can anyway. So you can use a planner. What I did is I used my Apple Calendar on my computer to just schedule, time block everything out. I also used a lot of reminders on my cell phone to remind me to do certain things or go over certain things. And then I also used my alarms on my phone to make sure that like when study time was over, it was over, and then I had time to unwind afterwards at the end of the day, or if it was at the beginning of the day, that I had enough time to get ready to go to work or to do whatever I was doing afterwards. And also, if anyone's wondering, I studied about maybe 20 to 30 hours each week, and I know that sounds like a lot, and it is, but it is possible, but scheduling it out is definitely going to help you get in as much of that time as you can. Tip number two, make flashcards. So this is one of the very first things that I did when I started studying. I wrote down every single term that's in Cooper and I made them into flashcards, and I studied them religiously. And I had like a known pile and a new pile, and so every single day I would try to memorize like 5 or 10 new ones and add that to my known pile, and then I would go over them every single day until, you know, I had like over maybe 400 of them, and that was also including a lot of like other things like acronyms and AKs as well. So there were a million of them, but I think that was one of the things that helped me the most, was just that rote memorization, and flashcards for me was what really helped drill them into my brain. Tip number three, speaking of acronyms and AKAs, definitely memorize those. Whether you make flashcards or you draw pictures or you make some kind of like special song about them, memorize them, because they will save your life when you're taking the exam. When I tell you that these AKAs and these acronyms come up on the exam like every other question, I mean it. When you're stuck between two answers that literally look exactly the same, one of those AKAs or acronyms is going to save your life. So I definitely recommend getting on those. And you can find a lot of them online. There are Quizlets that I've seen that have them. Some of them are found in Cooper and Milton Berger as well. Tip number four is practice the terms in your daily life. So if you are an RBT or you work in the field of ABA, I definitely recommend applying the terminology in your work every single day, giving pop quizzes to your coworkers and going over different things and seeing something and then naming it. So really trying to incorporate the terms into your language at work with your coworkers is really going to help you really stick those things into your head, and then associating them with the clients that you work with is also going to help too. So if you are using a DRO with one of your clients, then you already know like the behavior plan, and you already know how to use it, and you already know why you're using it, and there you go, you already know what the DRO is for. Then you know if you have a new behavior plan and then there's a new intervention, you see behaviors go up, you know that's an extinction burst. You're like, oh, he's going through an extinction burst. He's not just wild enough. So you can actually apply the terms that you're learning to take the test in your daily life, and that'll really help sink it in. So when you're taking the test, you'll be like, oh, I know that because this client does this, or I know that because I've seen this before. So that's definitely something that helped me so much. Tip number 5, use your phone. So, I mean, you can download apps, like the ABA Wizard app is one that I used, and it just gives you quizzes on basically everything in the task list. So if I was waiting in like a doctor's office, or if I was at the grocery store in line, or if I just had some extra time, I would just go through and answer a few questions. Or if I felt guilty because I felt like I should be studying, but I was trying to, go on Instagram or something, scroll through, then I would make myself answer a few questions first, and then I kind of earn some of that positive reinforcement there of earning some time on my social media apps. And then I would go back and forth and I would answer some questions on the app and then go back. So I would kind of reward myself for studying on my phone. Another way you can use your phone is by joining some Facebook ABA study pages. Shout out to ABA Study Group. That is by far one of the most helpful pages that I've ever found. There are plenty of mocks and great resources that they have in their file section, and everyone is super supportive and so nice on there. And they always have a bunch of mock questions and things like that. It's super helpful, super informative, and everyone's in the same boat. Everyone's studying together, so it's just a great community. And it's a great place to network too. So you can definitely meet people, and people on there will all join together and do Zoom calls and study dates and stuff like that. So I think that's great. And I definitely utilized a lot of the resources they offered, and I definitely think that they helped me pass the test. So thank you, ABA Study Group. And a third way to use your phone is to follow accounts on Instagram. So there's a lot of great accounts out there, like All About ABA, that offer mock questions. We do Trivia Thursday, Term Tuesday on our page every single week. There's plenty of other accounts out there too. If you're just scrolling through your feed and you pass through a mock question, you can answer it really quick, and then there you go, you're studying while you're just scrolling through Instagram. So that can be really helpful too. So you're studying without even really knowing you're studying. Last but not least, tip number 6, mocks, and more mocks. So take as many mock exams as you can. Mock exams are the most important thing in my opinion. They are definitely the key to passing the test, because so many of the questions on the test are applicational, and the mock exams really do a great job at giving you practice at taking tests in that format. Because a lot of the questions don't just give one right answer. They're like, which answer is the best answer? Because all of the answers are correct. They just want you to pick the best one. So that's a great and super fun, but it's really hard. And so taking mock exams is gonna give you a lot of practice and get you familiar with taking a test that's formatted that way. And taking mock exams is also a good way to get comfortable in taking it, so that when you actually see questions like that on the actual exam, you're not like, oh no, you're actually expecting it, so you feel a lot more confident going in. And like I said, the ABA Study Group page on Facebook has a lot of free mock exams, which is great. There are a lot of good ones too. If you Google free BCBA or BCABA mock exams, a lot of other companies sell them too. I personally only bought one of them, and I bought one from FIT. It was really hard, but it was really good, and I think it really helped me prepare. So please take mock exams, at least take a few, because I think that is definitely one of the most beneficial things that you can do. All right guys, so that is it for today's video. Thank you for listening to all of my study tips for the BCABA exam. Stay tuned if you want to see a video dedicated to BCBA exam study tips by our own BCBA on All About ABA. That's coming very soon. And if you want, you can follow us on Instagram at all.about.aba. We have a lot of funny memes on there. We do Term Tuesday and Trivia Thursday to help you study, so definitely check us out there. And as always, if you liked this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. You can also ring the notification bell to let you know when we post and keep you updated on this. Also, please feel free to share your own study tips down in the comments. If you are currently studying for one of the exams or if you've already taken one, that would be awesome so we can all learn from each other. And as always, stay on your best or worst behavior.